guys, so today I'm going to be filming this look for you. Oh no, glasses marks, don't you just hate that? Basically, it is just a kind of like my ordinary kind of everyday kind of makeup really, but for hooded eyes. I don't know if you can see, I have these like hooded, like skin tags, hooded eyes. So doing eye makeup, if I put loads of colour on my lid, as soon as I do this, it kind of covers it. So the best way to tackle that is to actually take your eyeshadow really, really high, which a lot of people find uncomfortable. Another thing you can do as well is wear some nice eyelashes. Wear the scattered splayed ones rather than the really cluster ones, because they will just totally sink into your like eyes. I don't have any with me at the moment. But just some nice kind of like wispy ones would be really nice, and they'd let some colour through, and that will open up your eye a little bit more. I don't tend to wear lashes. I'm not doing anything today, so I'm not putting any on, and I do wear my glasses, so if I blink they flicker. But I do find I am going to do like a video just on hooded eyes, but this is kind of like my everyday makeup routine for people, for someone with hooded eyes, and I don't really do much of a wing. Sometimes I do, but not often, because again, I feel that can kind of, it can either, if you do it correctly, it can really pull the eye out and look beautiful, but sometimes it can just look too heavy because your eye is too hooded. Is that not even making any sense? I will do another video on that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's just a really basic look. It's really nothing fancy. It's really nothing spectacular. My lighting isn't great, so I don't know if they're even, but with my glasses on, you couldn't tell the difference.
So my main foundation is actually concealer. This is Pro Longwear Concealer by MAC, and I'm just going to put this pretty much all around the main parts of my face where I've got spots or the under eye, just where I kind of need most coverage. I did actually go on top of this with MAC Studio Tech foundation just a little bit, just in some areas where I missed, but for some reason the recording cut out. So I'm going to take my Sigma Flat Top Kabuki, and I'm just going to buff this into the skin, and just mainly you want to push it into the skin. You don't want to like rub it all over the skin, because what will happen is you'll cause micro exfoliation, and that will kind of lift off the skin and make it look cakey. And then I'm going to take a smaller brush and just go into the corners of my eyes. I'm not using concealer for this look. Now I'm going to take my MAC 217 and take kind of a taupey pinky colour from an Illamasqua palette and just bring it on top of the crease. So because I have a hooded eye, I need to bring the eyeshadow slightly higher. As you can see, I'm taking it really, really high and blending it up really, really high. Then I'm going to go in with this dark brown again from Illamasqua, and just go actually into the crease with that, just to kind of define it slightly. And you want to just keep working it, and it's all about blending it. Just blend, 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 blend. Now I'm going to mix a tiniest bit of black again, just to define that crease, and just blend, blend, blend. Don't worry if it's too messy. You can then take the same, whatever's left on the brush, and just kind of run it underneath. Then with a clean brush, just buff it all in, clean up the edges. And then you want to take, well, you don't have to do this, but I like, rather than use a light eyeliner, I like to take black eyeshadow and just run it along the top of the waterline. So now I'm actually going to colour the waterline with Stay in Place eyeliner by Estee Lauder, and then take a little brush just to kind of blend all that in at the top. Then I'm going to take some mascara, but I won't film this because it's boring, but just put mascara on the top and bottom lashes. Now I'm taking my MAC setting powder, and I'm just going to put this along the T-zone of my face. I know this is a very speedy video, but you know, it's all about time here. Sebastian's about to wake up. So now I'm going to take my MAC Studio Fix powder, that's it. This is actually a foundation powder, and put it underneath my eyes just to brighten them up slightly and just to set everything a bit more. Then my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in medium deep, I believe this is, and just put this around the 3 of my face, just to kind of bronze up the skin slightly. Now I'm using NYX Taupe as it's a blush, but I'm using it as a contour, and I'm taking my Bold Metals contouring brush and just going on top of the cheekbone and just contouring my cheek slightly. You don't have to do it this heavy, but I like going quite heavy and then blend it out. Now this is a step you don't have to do, but I really don't like my nose, so I like to contour my nose pretty much every single day, and it looks quite heavy, but you do have to kind of buff this out, and it will look pretty, I promise. And here we are with this brush. I'm just going to buff it out using some of the Studio Fix that's already on there. Then taking this blush, this is MAC Melba, and I'm just going to put this on the apples of my cheeks. And this is by Collection. This is just a highlighter from a contouring palette, and I don't tend to highlight, but I know you guys like highlighter, so I thought I'd do it today. Now taking my Sleek eyebrow palette, which I love this palette, and I'm using the brush in that palette, which is just perfect. I am going to shape my brows. Now I don't really have any mega tips for this. It's just I like to work lightly from the front and working darker along the back, and I like to use the wax first and then go over it with a shadow, and then taking a clean brush I just like to buff everything out just to kind of make it look less harsh, especially if you've got any sort of strong lines from the wax, and do the same again on the other side. I kind of regret doing this with my eyebrows. I wish I'd kind of left them a little bit bushier, just because I feel like it's the process, it's the step that takes me the longest anyway. Just keep working that in, and then you want to go and take a little brush and buff it out. So now I'm going to use my NYX. I'm using my NYX, I think this is Stockholm Matte Lip Cream, and that's it. The look is pretty much done. I go around with a big fluffy brush at the end of every look just to buff everything out and blend it all in. And that's it. Your look's pretty much complete.